So check this out. This is a pond build I'm gonna do out of town at Riley's Ranch. He actually bought a 220 identical to mine, and he's got a Komatsu D51 dozer. And I'm bringing in a top secret project machine to do a lot of the dirt work here. So we got about an 1.5 acre pond here, and we're going to do another 1.5 acre pond over there. And being so far out of town, I'm going to bring in a big boy, and we're going to get this knocked out quickly. I got to bring the off-road truck and the compactor, but he's going to let me use his 220 and dozer since it's already here on site. He has been taking care of the clearing just to kind of help along. Pretty easy for him to come down here and get all the trees out of the way. Very pretty spot right here on this ranch. Come down here and you can see the water level flag is right here. It's going to go pretty much to those stumps and then down over there. When I shot the grades on it, it's going to be somewhere around, best I remember, 18 to 20 feet deep down there. And there's a nice spring that's coming out of this hillside right here, and that is what will keep the pond full. So what I'm going to do today, come down here just to check on everything before we bring in all the equipment. I'm going to go in here in this bottom and dig a little bit of a ditch to kind of help get this to drain down a little bit better, and it should kind of dry this ground out a little bit better. Whatever I can do to kind of get this groundwater down a little bit lower, because all my clay is coming from these hillsides, and I want to make sure we have some decent material to work with. So I'm going to jump in his machine and go ahead and start digging the little ditch. Robert's going to take the dozer and just kind of blade over this right here, level this out some, just in case it does rain before we get over here again. It will not hold any more water. So I'm going to come down here into the creek bottom right here, and the thumb is backwards in mine. I would it's real easy to change, but it's not my machine, so I'm not gonna change it around on him. Little 36-inch digging bucket. I don't dig a nice little trench here. Just kind of pick up some of these branches. Stuff's so brittle. Actually, I think it's set up just like mine. It might be back. I don't know. It's confusing. Yeah, it's backwards. To the right is down on mine. It's set up to where it makes sense. Mine's set up to where it doesn't make sense, but it's programmed in my head to run that way. Alright, so what this will do, this will kind of help, like I mentioned, get the groundwater down a little bit lower and really help drain this job down some. So if they have it set up, I don't know, he's got the grade control, but I don't know which one they used as a 0. I'm just gonna do it the old school method of dig a ditch, pile the dirt up over here, and as long as the water flows that way, you got fall on it. Can't go wrong with the old school way. Water flows downhill. A lot of topsoil down here, which is fine. Be able to have some to put on the pond dam if I can get it to dry out. little bit better up on the hillside. Just keep digging this ditch right on down through here. I mean, you can see once you get down, the dirt's dry. It's just on the surface right here where it's where it's wet. But it is January, and that's what you got to deal with in January. Mud. What I'll do on this pond most likely is should be enough clay in that hillside for the core, but all this material right here I'll end up using it for the back slope of the pond dam. I'm bringing the off-road truck. It's going to get used some, but I don't know how much it's going to get used. Just it is a little bit wet for it. Definitely not like too wet by no means, but a lot of this might just turn into a transfer and push of this topsoil and stuff. I don't know, just have to see how it goes. I'm liking how I'm seeing that dirt stick to the bucket. We are in the sand hills, so you know what that means. Sand. But as sticky as that's looking, I'm not really seeing too big of a problem here as far as finding a good decent material for a pond. Alright, I found the old borrow pit. Stuff had been buried. Old clearing debris. Got a little sunk down to the top of the tracks. I was like, uh-oh, something's soft right here. And I started digging up some old logs and wood. I was like, yep. Some stuff done got buried in the bottom here, but just about to the head section now. And it's about 2 feet of topsoil. I'm just cutting all that out down to the clay, and it's going to be interesting to see just how much this really does. I'm probably taking out 3 or 4 feet right here, but this should really kind of help pull that water table down some by having a clear ditch to drain down into. Now Robert's got this whole side run over with a dozer, so yeah, coming along pretty good. Should get started probably mid next week. Not gonna spoil the surprise on what machine's coming, but it's gonna move some dirt. This area right here, because most of this is going to have to be cut out and hauled away either towards the pond dam or out in that field over there once. Most of it's topsoil, so it'll be some good stuff, just trying to get it where it's not liquid. This right here will do it, I hope. Not I'm gonna look like a fool, but every other time I've done something like this, it's worked really good. Just water water follows the path of least resistance. That's why all this is so saturated, is it's going through that sandy topsoil, hitting that gumbo clay right there, and it can't go anywhere, so it just liquefies everything. Alright, well, I'm almost to where I need to stop at. I'm probably going to jump on the dozer and make a couple passes over there, and that's going to be about it. We'll get back started next week and really move some dirt. Hopefully the weather will be better than it is, but make do with whatever we got. So there we have it. Got a nice ditch. Well, I ain't gonna say a nice ditch, a functioning ditch. Cut down the center right here. What that's going to do is allow a better channel for all this to flow. Look at it just flowing out right there. I'm gonna walk over here where I can get a little closer. So got a nice channel right there. Very good clay. It's gonna be some sticky gumbo-y dirt, but it's gonna be perfect for sealing a pond dam off. That pond dam, oh my God, it's like 20 some feet tall right there. It's very deceiving, but it starts about where the machine is and is going to curve around and go all the way back to where that holly tree is. So a lot of dirt to move. Not a big area, but a lot of dirt to move. All right, so pond site number 1 was already is cleared now. I got the ditch dug through there, and here is pond site number 2 he wants to do while we are down here. It'll add about another, this is going to be about an acre and a half. I haven't really shot the grades on this one, but water's going to come up to about right there and then come all the way to where that deer stand is, and then hook back in there to where those oak trees are. Just pretty much take the dirt from each side of this hill and build a dam in there. This is going to be another deep pond, probably 16, yeah, probably at least 16 feet deep. 16, 18 feet. It's very deceiving, but dam's going to go way up there and just flood the little valley right here and make a nice pond. There's a lot of runoff off the fields come through here, and it just kind of keeps eroding this out, and this will be more, turns into more cow pasture, and also it will kind of help eliminate all these erosion issues if it's a full body of water right here. So we're going to get started on the other one first where the equipment is, and then move over here and get this one knocked out, and this farm will have 2 more ponds when I'm done.